So you might have noticed over here in the properties panel, above padding where we were just previously working, this item called stack. Let's have a look at stack and see what that does. It's another tool for kind of making your workflow a bit more fluid and rapid. So I'm going to make another page or another artboard, and again just something, a small iPhone, and I'm going to put together a little bit of content for some kind of health app, and with that content we can look at how stacks work. So very quickly, let me build a few things. I need a heading, something like that. I need some body copy underneath that, and I'll just flip over to this Lorem Ipsum generator, grab a couple of lines of copy. So I'm making a tile, so a small kind of chunk of content. That is often repeated in a web page design. Just make sure that's central, yeah. It's going to include a button, like the one that we've just made here, and also maybe a graphic above that. And I've got some vectors here, some little vector health illustrations that maybe will form the theme for our app that we're working on. So I'm going to paste that in and bring it down in size. It's sort of like an icon for that bit of heading there. I'm going to space everything out using XG's really helpful guides. Alright, so we can see here we've got a few groups, a group for those vectors and a group for our button. I might rename this stuff, our illustration and our button, just so we can keep track of things. And I'm going to group all of that together, Command G on the keyboard. And we'll call that tile. So, you know, this is the type of thing, there might be a few kind of options on the page for us to choose from, kind of maybe little feature sections or something like that. I'm going to have a few of them running down the page. One, and maybe another one. Just make our scroll a little bit deeper. Okay, just to make this a little bit different, let's change the headings. Probably could have used a repeat grid here. All good. And inside of here, I'm going to go ahead and put a new image in there. Copying a graphic from Illustrator, pasting it into that group there. Getting that spacing consistent, and maybe an ambulance. Clicking into that group, deleting that graphic, pasting in the new graphic, positioning it. Okay, great. So we've got our 3 bits of content here. Let's space them out so that they're equally distanced apart. And when you're building things like this in a big app or a big project, making corrections and alterations can be, can be very labor intensive. Just making that more individual. Etc. And a stack can really help with that kind of editing process when you have to move things around. Your clients getting you to make alterations. Stacks are helpful for that. So to move these two things around, I might like move that one out of the way and bring that down, which is not too hard for 3 elements. But if you had sort of 60 or many pages that needed rearranging, a stack's really handy. So grab all 3 of your groups like that and then group those together, Command G. Alright, and once they're grouped together, we can go and click on the stack button here, and it will ask us whether we want the stack to be running vertically or horizontally. Vertically works well for us here. So what we can do with the stack now is it understands that this is content stacking on top of each other. So if I click in there and I grab this element and I want to bring that to the top of the stack, I can move that up, holding Shift down, and it will snap it into that position. Likewise, if I wanted to bring this one up to the top, holding Shift down, I can organize my content like that. So it makes it very easy and kind of fluid for us to rearrange elements on the page. So that's stacks.